Hello everyone, good evening. May I ask you to be seated, please? Thank you for your patience. We're starting late. I usually don't like to start late. The light. Hi guys! Hi! Can I have some noise? Wow, nice. I love it. I need some energy. We've been quiet for so long. Yeah, Ramadan's over. Eid is gone. It has rained like crazy. How many poets do we have here? Nice. Poets, what is this? Poets. Louder. How many poets do we have here? Awesome. How many human beings do we have here? I love it. All right. My iPad's locked now. All right. So I wrote like a little intro speech, which I have to read. Okay. I wanted to be a newscaster once upon a time, so I'm going to try to do that. All right. Welcome to the Emirates Literature Foundation's Community Night in partnership with Dubai Culture. I would like to thank Dubai Culture for making this evening possible at our very own home base. Yeah, Shindaga. My iPad's switched off again. Okay. Right, so the creek and the Shindaga neighborhood serve as a place of trade and communication in Dubai's history. And tonight we gather to communicate and connect through poetry and music. And this is what water does. It brings humans together. It offers a space to life, for life to thrive. But we must be careful with it as well, for nature is a reminder to us that we are but mere humans. And the most we can do is to prepare and be resilient. So I hope that you've all been safe in light of the rains that poured upon us last week and we had to move this event to today. It is also a reminder for us to heed the advice when when we're told to stay indoors, to be careful when venturing out and be responsible citizens. So I truly, truly hope that none of you have been affected really badly. Was everyone safe and sound? Awesome. So thank you to the audience for being here this evening. I know that people coming from Sharjah, it's still difficult for some people over there. So thank you for your presence. Since I've been talking about water, I would like to start with a poem about water. Be like water, steady like the stream that flows, on mountains or meadows, persistent like the morning sun, never gives up, its course it runs. Be like water, preserve like ice, in harsh winds be ice cold, let no one see through the iceberg then, melt away when it takes too much of you, unafraid to let go, unafraid to let yourself show. Be like water, placid like the great ocean, mighty in all its power. The force that keeps it together is the same force that stirs the storm hither. Be like water. Drench yourself in love, permeable to kindness, constantly giving and taking, to and from life forms. Be like water. Wherever you are, the ebb, the flow, the storm, the snow, thriving, pulsating, altering. Be like water. Thank you. All right. So what are we going to do when we hear amazing poetry? Awesome. We snap our fingers. Right. So today we have a mix. We have poetry and we have some amazing musicians here as well. I'm very excited. And I see people walking in, so that's amazing. Thank you. We'll take some advice about location sharing for next time. Right, so we'll start off with our first act of tonight. He's an acoustic singer-songwriter, and he is using his music to get out of his shell. I think he's already out of his shell, but his name is Job Shaji. Please put your hands together for Job.
Yeah, sorry, I should have done that earlier, my bad. So my name is Job. I'm gonna start with, I'm gonna do two originals. This first one's called Saying Yes. It's kind of funny how you're filled with grace when it's time for us to go our separate ways. And I try fighting, denying all of my fears, even though I know deep inside how all this ends. Doesn't really matter what you're saying anymore, 'cause it's the same old melody that I am tired of hearing. Lord, I know I need, with all the things I do, I'm saying yes to all of the things that you put me through. I go through all this misery, and I try to hate you too. But I said yes, yes, just to be with you. You're saying anymore, 'cause it's the same old melody that I am tired of hearing. But I know I'm funny with all the things I do. I'm saying yes to all of the things that you put me through. I go through all this misery,
try to hate you too, but I said yes, yes, just to be with you.
Thank you. This second song, this one's called Two Sides.
Wait, I have been waiting ever since the day you left home. Trying real hard to let go, but I keep coming back to the same old thoughts. Maybe you moved on, maybe you found someone new, maybe you won't change your mind if I come back home. Every single morning I get lost in time, 'cause you're on my mind, there's no light. I'm reminded of the times you were by my side, told me you were mine, kept me in the light. There was an obvious to me that you will be my happy ever after. I tried real hard for you to see that we had something more than most. Goodbyes are all you cared about. All you cared about. Running with blinders on, 'cause I could see clearly if I thought I saw you. And stop, I gotta stop thinking about you, 'cause I tend to forget what made me leave home. Maybe you moved on, maybe you found someone new, maybe you won't change your mind and come back home. Every single morning I get lost in time, 'cause you're on my mind, and there's no light. I'm reminded of the times you were by my side, told me you were mine, kept me in the light. And it wasn't obvious to me that you would be my happy ever after. I tried real hard for you to see that we had something more than most. Goodbyes are all you cared about, though. All you cared about, though. All you cared about, though.
Thank you.
Thank you, job. Oh my God, I love that. Did we love that? Yeah. Such a beautiful voice. Another round of applause. Big one, everybody, for Job. Thank you, Job. We don't only care about goodbyes. We don't want to say goodbye yet, right? We just began. Okay, so the next act is poetry. She is based in Dubai with her heart in Beirut. She holds an MA in English and Literature and a BA in Journalism. Her works feature in the Poetry Hood and the Bosphorus Review. Please welcome Hanan Al-Rida on stage.
Hi. Can you hear me? Is this clear? Okay. I will begin and end my recitation with Palestine, mother of all beginnings, mother of all endings, as the poet Mahmoud Darwish has designated her. The second poem, A Bilingual Exile, is about my relationship with languages and the feeling of not being quite at home in any of them. Let us weep for Palestine. Let us weep tonight, for there are no stars in the sky. How will we see in the dark? Our tears will light the way. We will look for shrapnel in the fields of sorrow, and when our souls burn with grief, we will find refuge under an olive tree. I will tend to your wounds. I will tend to your wounds, if only with my words. Will you quieten my trembling heart? Let us forget sleep tonight. Rest your eyes against the silence. I'll read Darwish under the moonlight. Is there anything more beautiful than love and freedom? A bilingual exile. Love, al-hub, is not an illusion. ليس وهما, it is a happening. بل وجود outside of words, خارج حدود الكلمات. Foreign to the borders of language, غرباء في أرض اللغات. Still I dare translate al-ishq, transliterate al-jawa, interpret al-hawa. Falling into the rising, the settling on the terrain of meaning. Why do we move al-hub from one prison to another? Not all hearts speak the same tongue, and when we translate, we become traitors. Forget dictionaries and what they tell you. Extract truth from the eyes, where the etymology of the love inflicted is inscribed, infinite jars of longing. Some say language is homeland, but where does that leave those who find themselves butchering beauty, stitching fragments of meaning into syntactic constructs in the simple hope of belonging? Their exile begins there, in the in-between. To stitch up a wound, you will need to thread the needle first, balance out the past and the present, measure the sorrows and joys, remember the children's smiles as they huddled in front of a camera to list their dreams in order. You will have to clean the wound even though the hospital floor is blood-stained and ice cream trucks are full of dead bodies. And the city is thirsty, the city is thirsty. Puncture one end and pull the thread despite the throbbing pain, but be quiet in your suffering. The world has heard enough lamentations. See that the edges meet. Do not close your eyes or wince in pain. You must stay alert. Only the dead have slept tonight. Seam the edges, embroider their names, and weave their dreams into that decades-old wound. And when they ask you, why hasn't it healed yet? Say, my children. Say, my children died hungry. And when they ask you to testify, say, I've been searching for a modicum of life in their eyes. Where does it hurt? Here and there, in the places where they no longer are. you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hanan. Thank you for that, the amazing poem that you shared with us. Yeah. We'll move on to the next poet. She is a Sudanese American poet in Dubai. She explores romance, existentialism, and Sudanese identity. She's laughing about her own intro. She evolves with each performance that she shares with us in the local scene. We've been seeing her. Please welcome Nima Al-Noor.
Hi everyone! I hope you've been enjoying so far. So, April marked a year of war in Sudan. And so, to commemorate the month of, and to remind people to keep their eyes on Sudan, I wrote a poem called Bury Me in Khartoum. Bury me in Khartoum. Bury my body before my soul. Bury my body before my soul, and let my soul roam the days of our youth. Let my soul become one with the current of her river. Bury me in the land for which my heart belongs. Bury me 6 feet deep, lest I never forget the rhythm of her song. Bury me 6 feet deep, lest I never forget the rhythm of her song, the beats of her drum, the silent cries of her children. Bury me beneath her soil, the soil which birthed my mother's mother, the soil which birthed me, yearning. Yearning to relive the memories trapped in glass frames. شاي الصباح مع أحبابي، بخور الصندل بيدين حبوبة دايما بتدعي. بيقولوا الغربة صعبة، لكن دمعتي ما شافت أصعب من فراق الأحباب. دمعتي ما شافت أصعب من فراق الأحباب، وما في أصعب من فراقك يا بلد أجدادي. This yearning has no home. Returning to charcoal remnants, returning to empty bellies, returning to find the devil had already claimed her soul. Bury me in Khartoum, bury me alongside my ancestors, bury my heart and soul, perhaps. Perhaps I relive the days of my youth. Perhaps I can dream beneath the shooting stars, just perhaps. Bury me in Khartoum so I can assure her. Bury me in Khartoum so I can assure her I will never forget. Thank you.
Thank you, Nima. Another round of applause. Thank you so much for sharing these heartfelt poems. It takes a lot to be here and share them, so thank you. And our hearts are with the people and the places who suffer. All right, so we move on to the next performance. My iPad. Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to introduce two people together. They're going to perform one after the other. They're from this, you might have seen them perform at Toda. I'm so excited to introduce them. They're from a group called Rumination, and the first act will be poetry, and the second will be music. It will be singing. Samane Mujaveri, she is a UAE-based Persian yogi who blends poetry, music, and art as an art curator and performer. She's a free spirit and liberal by choice. She champions humanity, and I'm really looking forward to seeing her. Before I invite her on stage, I'll introduce the musician. He is an acclaimed dutar maestro from Khorasan, Iran. I'm so excited about this instrument. I hope I'm saying the word dutar correctly. Awesome. Khalil Sheikh has popularized Maghami music worldwide through his concerts and is a creative force in today's folklore music scene. So allow me to please invite Samani Mujabri, and then right after him, Khalil Sheikh will be on the stage. So thank you so much, everyone. A big round of applause.
Hi everyone. Hi. First of all, I'm so glad to be here. Thank you so much, Nima, for having us all around here. I'm going to recite a poem from Maulana Jalaluddin Balkhi, knowing as a Rumi, which should be interesting for you that he would have never known that someone would call him Rumi. He was never famous for that while he was alive. I do believe that all of you will agree with me that translations wouldn't do the justice in the poetry reciting, especially where the origin of each poem, it goes to its language itself. So I'm going to recite a poem which is talking about the liberation. And as we know, Maulana is very famous and history's favorite messenger of love. He believes throughout all his poems that you have to let go of this earthy body unless you want to get connected and you want to be liberated. So would I please request to close your eyes? Close your eyes. Let the wisdom of the Rumi deep dive into your heart. We would let the heart to talk in notes of the strings that are going to play after my words on it. Parading sweetly, you're going without me. The life of my friends, you are all here as the garden is open, and do not enter that garden without me. The heavenly spheres, do not turn without me. My soul, you're living me. My soul, you're living me, and you're going away, far away. How could you possibly do that? While my tongue doesn't let you to go off, while my sight doesn't let you to see, while my heart wouldn't let you to go off, I want you with me. So stay with me in this world. This world is sweet with you. Let me move to the next world with you as well. How can you possibly leave me behind without being next to me? Parading sweetly, don't let me go.
Hi. How are you? Okay. Thank you. خوش خرامان میروی، خوش خرامان میروی، خوش خرامان میروی، ای جان جان بی من مرو. خوش خرامان میروی، خوش خرامان میروی، خوش خرامان میروی، ای جان جان بی من مرو. ای حیات دوستان، ای حیات دوستان، در بوستان بی من مرو. دیگران عشق میخوانند و من سلطان عشق. دیگران عشق میخوانند و من سلطان عشق. ای تو بالاتر ز وهم این و آن بی من مرو. ای تو بالاتر ز وهم این و آن بی من مرو. این جهان با تو خوش است و آن جهان با تو خوش است. این جهان با تو خوش است و آن جهان با تو خوش است. این جهان بی من مگرد و آن جهان بی من مرو. این جهان بی من مگرد و آن جهان بی من مرو. این جهان بی من مگرد و آن جهان بی من مرو. این جهان بی من مگرد و آن جهان بی من Thank you very much.
Do I have to say anything? Wow, I'm out of breath. It's so beautiful. And the fact that Samani performed and then the adhan came and we were all quiet and I feel like it was so beautiful, spiritual, you know. And as Samani said, it all happens for a reason. It all just falls together so beautifully. So thank you so much for that beautiful performance, Samani and Khalil Sheikh. Thank you so much. Right, I think we're at the center, halfway of our performance today, and our next poet, we know her. She has been called Festival Darling, and she is the Festival's Darling. She's an Emirati poet. She blends languages in her award-winning work. She mentors writers and performs globally and focuses a lot on heritage and culture. Without further ado, please welcome Afra Atiq.
I'm very, very tall. Okay. So I was thinking about what poems I wanted to read tonight, and I was thinking, should I do something new? Should I do something a little bit older? Should I do a crowd favorite? So I picked something in the middle. This poem, this next one, it was actually a poem that I can't be in Shindaga without reading this poem because it's a poem that was born in Shindaga. I come from a family of teachers. My father was a teacher and he taught at Al-Ahmadiyya school, which was right just down across the water. And we took a walk through Shindaga and he was staring across the water and the original school building's not there. And I said, Baba, what are you looking at? And he was telling me the story of how he taught at this Al-Ahmadiyya school. And so I wrote the poem about that. It's about the ocean, to the surprise of no one, because many of my poems are about the ocean. But this is called Shuryan Haya, which was part of the last edition of Sikka Art and Design Fair. البحر holds stories like books and tells them like poetry through currents and tides seemingly rising and falling like meter. بحور الشعر في قصيدة تخيلتها من زمان. Waves always finding their way back to the shoreline, back to us, back home, lineage and legacy, lifeline of water connecting two sides of the same heart. When they ask me why I love the water, I tell them, حب متوارث. From my father, his father, and his father's father, من عتيج ويمعة وفري, we depended on the sea like our lives depended on it because mostly they did. We walked through the alleyways of a Shindaga Sikka, Wara Sikka, following memories like directions. He says, I know these houses. I taught their sons in the first grade. He says this like no time has passed. Like yesterday, he was in the classroom. He points across the water to Al-Ahmadiyya school. Hands like a compass. He says, Baba, my school was here. I taught from 75 to 79. I asked my father to draw me a map of the creek. He says, Al-Khor connects the city. Baba, if you wanted to get from Dera to Bardabay تاخذين العبرة 4 آنات عقب نص ربية الحين درهم. We gaze at the creek low tide but still grand and perfect. حب متوارث. I said, Abuya, this is our history. He says, صح Baba. Thank you. So the poem I'm going to leave you with is a fairly new poem. It's a poem called Nakhla, and it's, I think as a writer, a lot of the times people tell you that you shouldn't be a writer because it's not going to make you money. and it's not going to help you, and it's not a career, and this is kind of about all of those things. It's called nakhla. At some point, you will be told there is no point. No one reads anymore. That if you put a book on a shelf, no one will look at it twice. They will tell you that a poet is not a proper job description. And publishers just do it for themselves, but we have seen writers turn words into bridges, languages leaning towards the sun, kalimat, tuharrak al-khayal in every possible direction. Still, you will hear no one reads anymore. There is no point. No reason for poems, no shore for a sea of syllables set against a backdrop of art. وما في داعي للقافية والوزن. Yet we know better. We know better than to look at the sky and not see the makings of a story. We know to look at the earth and see the beginnings of a ghaf tree, leaves like chapters outstretched like echoes somewhere. My students ask me, why do you write? And honestly, I tell them, I don't know. But sometimes I tell them I write because I must. Because 7-year-old me wanted to be a novelist, and 15-year-old me did not believe she was always a poet, and 30-something me hangs out with publishers. في ظل الغاف بعيد عن المعتاد. فإذا تكون خارج المألوف وتعيش بدون قيود الصندوق ستجد أن هناك قصة تعيش بداخلنا على خط رفيع بين واقع تجاربنا وأبعد آمالنا. قصة نغير مجراها بالخيال والفكر لتكون وأكون ونكون. لنقرأ ونتخيل ونتأمل مستقبل أحسن أفضل أجمل وليس أسهل. And somewhere in all of this, there is a story. Somewhere, 3 ghafs and a palm tree and a poet. Somewhere, there is a language we must learn to write, because we must learn to write, because middle and beginning and end under stars, sky and breeze, roots immovable in the direction of somewhere. And don't all good stories have to start somewhere? Thank you.
Thank you, Afra. Thank you to Food for giving us poems. Amazing, thank you. I hope you're all having a great time. Are we? Yes? Do we love our music and poetry so far? Yes? All right. I have to say there's a lot of new faces this time around as well, and this is why we do this. We want to see more poets, new talents, so thank you, old and new. Right, so the next poet we have, I met her at a school, and it was really interesting. We were there for the children. So she's an Indian marketeer in the UAE. She channels her passion for writing to connect people through words, celebrating both similarities and differences. Please welcome on stage Shweta Menon. She has a lot of friends there too.
Hello and good evening, everyone. If you didn't guess from the pre-product hype, yes, I'm a marketeer. I understand. I understand the value of on-ground support. All right, good evening. And what a good evening it is, isn't it? It is an absolute pleasure to be standing here in front of you all. Actually, on either side of the mic, I would say. I think the most important element for an artist, any artist, is having a perspective, a unique point of view on the world around us. The second most important aspect for an artist, any guesses, is a platform. So before I move on to my performance, I would like to take a moment to thank the amazing folks at Emirates Literature Foundation and Dubai Culture for bringing us all together and giving us this platform. Thank you. All right then. So I've chosen a rather unpopular topic for my performance today. Aging or growing old. How many of us have witnessed or experienced the uncomfortable silence that follows a seemingly innocent question. How old are you? Yeah. So from being coy to picking out candles from birthday cakes, I think we're conditioned to look at aging as this dreadful thing to avoid and escape. I personally feel aging is one of the most liberating and fascinating things, if we allow it to be. It gives us a chance to break free of the shackles of insecurities, inhibitions, and more often than not, ignorance. So I'm going to share a few lines about my take on aging. Here we go. I'm looking forward to growing old, waking up every day with more acceptance of my own flaws, with a heart to let go of things I can't change, but the courage to still give it a try for adventure's sake. I am looking forward to growing old, with the humility to accept that I can't control everything, but the playfulness to roll with the punches and surprises life brings. To know that ignorance could be bliss, but still craving to learn, to look at ego and self-respect and be able to discern. I am looking forward to growing old with an enthusiasm of a 2-year-old, shedding my inhibitions one at a time, tripping and stumbling, but getting up every time. Taking it all in at my own pace, strolling through life and not making it a race. I am looking forward to growing old. Despite the wrinkles or the grace, and I have quite a few of them, despite the wrinkles or the grace, feeling blessed to have had another day, leaving behind all the hurt and pain, not keeping scores of my losses or my gains. For now I know that every age brings its own beauty, and maybe it takes a few grays to see that clearly. Yes, the thought of gradual perishment is indeed scary. The body we identify so much with, getting all weary and teary. But lose we must, the briskness of youth. Why fight it? It's nature's truth. So feel proud when you say how old you are. It's a testament to all your struggles and many wars. Every new year on that calendar, let's celebrate the privilege of just being here. Let every new candle on that birthday cake brighten your life with a new shade. So now it's a shame if you say age is just a number, because it's another chance at life's adventure. You see, eventually, everything becomes old. So while we are at it, let's try to grow old. Let's live a life, creating many, many stories to be told. Let's look forward to growing old. Thank you, everyone.
The graceful Shweta Menon, thank you so much. Shall we give her another round of applause, please? Thank you. All right. Our next poet, she is a spoken word poet and interdisciplinary researcher. Yeah. Her work focuses on the relationship an individual has with themselves. There's a lot more to her, and I'm very excited to welcome her to our community night, Malavika Suresh. Guys, also a little more energy. Come on, everyone, come on. Let's hype this up, come on.
Okay, hi. As was said very loudly multiple times, my name is Malavika. Today, I am going to talk about the feeling when you care about someone or something where things are great when they're great and terrible when they're terrible, but it's so good that sometimes you're like, I'll deal with the bad. Don't do that. But this is, this is about wishing you can. The mirage of you that permanently lives in my peripheral vision is the most haunting yet beautiful thing I've never had the chance to meet. But if I ever had another chance to hold you, I know my skin would be tainted with regret. But regret seems warm when it is wearing your face. I am digging into the earth to look for a place where I can make mistakes and live in regret. I am willing to live with muddied hands if it means I will leave an imprint on your body and soul each time we inevitably crash into each other. I douse myself in unholy water and learn to live with fluid in my lungs. It can fall in love with the regret that lives in there too. The preachers and girlfriends and HBO told me about love and pain and violence and regret, but I guess they didn't take into account that I am built to be condemned to know so much of it. I've kissed the bruises on the hands of inconsolability and lathered cream on cuts bearing your name on her clavicle. We sit together, inconsolability and I, on rooftops with our legs flailing over the edge and tell each other stories about falling. They are not all tragic stories. We have several in which you push us, only to catch us mid-air. And we are not afraid or alarmed. We know that we chose this and may choose it again. Let me be clear. I have found the single nerve ending that rationally knows that I should not live with reckless abandon when it comes to holding onto your hand. I mixed it into our noodles last night. I watched you eat it. I've been replaying that moment ever since. Thank you.
What is up with poets and food? A big round of applause for Malavika once again. I'm hungry now. All right. Our next poet has been inspired by poets like Wordsworth. She writes on love and loss for various magazines. She's an avid traveler and reader, and her debut collection releases this June. So please welcome Shuyaasha Mishra.
Hello. Hi everyone. As Namal said, my name is Shuyaasha Mishra. And today I'll be sharing two poems from my collection. As you know, and you've seen it this evening, poets have a very difficult task of sharing intensely personal experiences with the world. So my first poem explores how it feels to share something so private with the world. It's called Drinking Tea with You. Some days I drink a little tea, and in the faint light of the dying sun, I softly pluck out my heart and place it on a piece of paper. You think it's a poem. You see it, read it, and listen for the sound of its breathing. A dead thing, you are sure, as you set fire to it. Your mouth a match, releasing a greedy gulping flame that stuffs its cavernous hole with the flesh of my soul. These are just words, you say. Cup empty, walking away. And I look at my heart, lying there, charred, chewed, vomited. I turn in the dark then, feeling them, those painful lines that flutter now uselessly in the cage of my ribs. My next poem is called Stories. It's about the characters we play in life and the narratives that we weave. I am a villain in someone's story, an old forgotten crone in another, a footnote in some more. I am a sidekick in a few and absent in many. A hero. I am a hero in only one. If I look for myself in the ink of your words, I lose my meaning. I sigh and start another chapter. But the pen here is, and always will be, only mine. Thank you.
Thank you, Shuyaasha. That was her first performance with Amherst Literature Foundation. We hope to have more, and we hope to continue seeing new faces. How's everyone doing? Do we want more poetry? Yes! All right. Now, our next poet, he is, when he comes on the stage, I love it because he basically takes everyone with storm. I hope I'm not getting you nervous at all. So mean. He's a poet who blends old school Arabic style with modern English storytelling, and he aims to make poetry relatable to younger audiences by visually conveying complex emotions, and that he does. His name is Omar Hegazi, and let's welcome him on stage.
Sheesh, what an introduction. Now your hopes are high. How are you? Is everybody having fun? Yeah. Good. Let's change that. So, before I start the poem, usually I say the title. This time, I put it as the last line of the poem, so that when you hear the last line, you will know it's the title of the poem. And another thing, every time I come to the stage, I just remember Mozart when he said, "Go on a journey." So I hope you enjoy it. I hate the month of April, the month of warm sunshine, the month of blooming flowers, the month of clear skies. Like the snow in December, in August it's the falling leaves. Like the heat in July, in April it's the cold breeze. Colors cover the world. It visits everyone but me. I can't believe in colors, as in the abyss I was forged. It all looks in monotone, just like a music score, just like a piano key, where I'm a slave to the notes and a prisoner to the sheets, a human metronome, as lifeless as it can be, residing in a piano room in another April day, captive to the minor scale, to the smell of dust and the dryness of the air. But then, the door was suddenly opened. Her footsteps were unusual notes. The dissonance took over my tune, the melody rapidly descended, the harmony diminished too soon. My heart started to beat. The tone, the rhythm, the chords, they were all new to me. Everything I felt, everything I saw, all the scenery around me started to take on color for the first time. A crescendo started to play. It was a colorful symphony. I was high on joy, on colors, on life. Yet it seems I have forgot those who were born in the abyss, where hope's flames are not. Their escape is but a dream, a tale devoid of a plot. By the abyss her soul was gulped. She bore the burden of my thought, of leaving the shadows behind. But it seems I forgot what I was told, that shadows will always follow you, no matter how much you fought. So I had to return to the abyss, to the place where I was brought. I either live as the villain or die watching you turn into one. So becoming the villain I choose. I return to the old room, to the dryness of the air, to the smell of dust, to that sad piano and its wooden keys, playing white notes from black sheets. Thank you.
Thank you, Omar. Big round of applause for Omar. Thank you so much. We are arriving to some of our final performances for the evening. I hope you're enjoying. Are you? Yes. Our next poet is a published poet, and I would like you to share the name of your book, please, when you come on stage. She's also a budding videographer. She captures moments through storytelling in both verse and visuals. Please welcome on stage Ammarah Safa.
Hello everybody, how are you all doing? Are you having fun? Okay, so the book that I published is called Fields of Poetry by Sale Publishing. The first poem that I'll be performing today is called Love. As a poet, I draw down my memories into words carefully engraved and placed into the palms of my being. Everybody has glitches, you see. For some, they occur as minute errors. For some, they set fire and they burn down every single concrete wall, every part you erase, every corner you concealed. It seamlessly lifts off the cover. And there you are. You find yourself standing in front of this giant being that you despise. You can't express how you feel because it isn't meant to arise. But I remember what it's like to be in love. Oh, to be in love is a ruse in itself, and the one to believe the word is much more than what it seems to be, much more than 1,000 stars lining up perfectly. It's a play of destiny. The second piece I'll be performing today thank you, is for Palestine and the ongoing struggle that they are going through. It's called Our Pain. I sit here in silence, filled with agony and anger, unable to suppress my emotions. I pick up the pen. I pick up the pen and I strike words after words as missiles strike them. Every time I pick up my phone, I see their blood, I see their pain. Every time I close my eyes, I see them once again. I try to hold the scattered million pieces of my heart, but every time I see them weep, I wonder, how did we become so weak in a world where news runs on our fingertips, spread without the use of lips? I shout, but my voice goes unheard. I cry, but tears fall from their eyes. I try and try, because if they fail, I will wail, for my success isn't theirs, but theirs is mine, just like the way leaves are entwined. If they lose, the world will be dominated with injustice, ripping our peace like how farmers do with wheat. How homes will be decorated with white and blue, leaving out the trail of red, black, and green out of view. The grass where once children played now remains blood-stained. Their houses broken down in shame. All of this will be under our name. All of this will be under our name, for we watched as humanity failed. They say that pen is mightier than sword, yet how is it that every word I write brings nothing but remorse? For my voice dies in the chaos running behind the lines, where we watch as they lose their lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Ammarah. Right, so we are coming. We have some, do you want to, okay, God, I'm confused, guys. We love you. All right, I'm joking. I want to share a poem. Can I? All right. See, I wasn't confused. Right. It's a short one, cute one. I want to share it. Just gonna start with it. It's someone must have left love hanging, waiting, yearning, in agony, decadent, decrepit. That's when you sensed love is in the air. That's when the romantic seized the moment, regaling fools over musings of unrequited affinity, quenching their thirst in burning rivers of desire, feeding their hunger from searing cauldrons of hope, undrinkable, inedible, untouchable, but felt like the tender, undying, unhurried presence of a ghost. I don't know why I felt like sharing that. Thank you. Okay, so I think I wrote that around Valentine's Day or something. Right, so our next musician. Yes, I'm so excited because we've never had Mexican music on stage. So this is, our musician is from Ensenada, Mexico. He blends diverse genres from rock to Latin folk. He's now in Dubai and he showcases his musical journey at various venues, one of them, for example, Tunes Dubai. So please welcome Freddie on stage, Freddie Fragoso.
Hey, how are you? Thank you for having me. Thank you to the Hype crew. Thank you so much for hyping up this event. And I want to thank everybody who has performed and shared their poems with us. It's really a remarkable experience to hear the voices of the people that live in the city and not only live through it, but fight to survive it, I think I could say. So thank you for sharing. About sharing, if I knew that they were going to read what I sent, I would add that my hometown Ensenada is the birthplace of the fish taco and margaritas, so you gotta thank them for that. So we only have 5 minutes, so I'm gonna stop talking. I brought songs about love, death, joy, and survival. I'm gonna try and play them straight away. The second one could also be related to food, but it will depend on you.
No sé qué tienen las flores, lloran las flores del Campo Santo. No sé qué tienen las flores, lloran las flores del Campo Santo. Que cuando las mueve el viento, llorona parece que están llorando. Y que cuando las mueve el viento, llorona parece que están llorando. Ay, de mi llorona, llorona, llévame al río. Ay, de mi llorona, llorona, llévame al río. You can clap along if you want. guys ready? Come on. Cause I'm having a good time, having a good time. I'm a shooting star leaping to the sky like a sad, defying the laws of gravity. I'm a racing car passing by. Go, there's no stopping me. Burning through the sky, yeah. 100 degrees while the climb is so far and wide. Drawing all the speed away. I wanna make a supersonic man out of you. Here's a song for the survivors. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. My encore is gonna be bringing up one of the greatest musicians ever lived. I'm gonna bring my buddy Aldrin to the stage.
Yeah!
Thank you so much for having me. My name is Freddie, and I'll be performing anywhere they let me. And before I go off, I would like to say that I have a very strange disease. I have a disease. It's called being poor. So if you want to hire me for your next event, I'll be available for you guys. So thank you so much for having me.
Oh my God, thank you, Freddie. He's funny. Oh my God, I love it. Thank you so much. You wanna do another song? Another song. Yalla, let's do it.
No sé cuál. I'm gonna do a slow song. This is the first song I performed here in Dubai. I've been here for a year and a half, maybe. And I always get that part wrong. Now here you go again, you say you want your freedom. Now who am I to keep you down? It's only right you should play the way you feel it. Listen carefully to the sound of your loneliness, like a heartbeat drives you mad in the stillness of remembering what you had and what you love and what you had and what you love. Come on, everybody! Oh, thunder only happens when it's raining. There's only love you and their plan. They say women, they will come and they will go. As Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Freddie, yes, amazing. Love that. Best for the last. I'm joking. Everyone was amazing. Thank you so much. But I've got some people who had signed up before. They were on the waiting list. So let me invite Danny on stage so he can share his poem with us. Are we okay? Do you want to continue? Yes! Go on.
Our next poet was not meant to be here. In fact, our next poet was not meant to write poetry. Every time someone told him, "What is this life full of care? There's no time to stand and stare," I would say, "Yes, I need to play cricket." Poetry was never on my mind. But somehow, I never went searching for poetry. Poetry found me, so here I am. And we've all heard the life of a poet is not that easy, the torture, the hardships that they go through. So I've realized after becoming a poet, it's not easy. In fact, it took me 1.5 hours to reach here. So here I am. My next poem is called Puppet, and it's all about, what the heck. I'll just recite it and you all will get it. She was his wife, dutiful and obedient, doing all the things that the husband found convenient. She was a puppet. It was all his show. The words were all his, she just an echo. But as the time went by, the strings got stretched and her patience wore down. She knew if she had to live, she had to run or she might find herself 6 feet under the ground. So one day, she cut her ties, and with that, the strings got cut too. Now, with the strings gone, her confidence grew. She had a life to look forward to. And when it came to choosing a partner, she was as free as she could be to find someone where the interests matched, and she could live her life with no strings attached. Thank you.
Thank you, Danny. So, what shall we do? I just love seeing everyone sit here. It's amazing. So next up is someone Freddie called out, our friend Aldrin, who will come perform a song for us. So please welcome Aldrin.
It's okay, don't worry. What's the what? What's up, people? How y'all doing? Wow, the energy is like, okay, can this guy finish quickly so that we can go home? Yeah, so like Danny said, this wasn't supposed to happen. My plan was to come sit, relax, watch, enjoy, and go home. And then Freddie had to go and do his thing, which, yeah. But, and unfortunately, I don't like usually being the last because look at the amazing performers and I have to go after all of y'all. Are you kidding me? So I'm going to be singing a song which none of y'all, well, no, some of y'all have heard me play this, so y'all are the exceptions, but nobody else knows the song, so if I mess up, y'all won't know. It's kind of funny, a little crazy. You're looking at your life like some book you read on a train and pass the time away. You know I love her, and here I need her, but the facts come cracking like a broken back, and my legs wanna run till the light meets the sky. Then she smiles, then she smiles, then she cries, then she cries, then she screams at me, and it's clear I'm not the strongest man alive.
It's so simple, she said, so damn irreversible. Life plus life yields life. I don't know, seems like a different direction. Then she smiles, then she smiles, then she cries, then she cries, then she runs away, and it's clear I'm not the strongest man alive. Man alive, man alive, man alive. A circle of friends before me, looking like a jury, and the future seems bigger than the past ever was, and my legs want to run till they come back home. That's when I cry, when I cry. She is there, now she is there. She says don't worry, 'cause to me you're the strongest man alive. Strongest man alive.
Thank you, thank you. Namal, back to the stage, please. Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, there you go.
You're so good, you know what I mean? Like, we just totally lost ourselves. Okay, guys. We have 2 more poets, and I want to do something cool for the end of the night. I want all the musicians to come on stage and do something like jam together. Let's go. Right? Okay, so I've already told the musicians now, just think of something, but in the meantime, let me invite our lovely, beautiful, gorgeous Danibel Gutierrez on stage. She takes time these days.
Hey everyone! I also wasn't expecting this. This next poet was not supposed to be here, Aladani. This is the latest poem that I've written, and it's a bit angry. Are we ready for some anger? Yeah? So the third law is actually, does anyone know what the third law is? No? Okay, so every action has an equal opposite reaction. And this poem is called The Third Law. He plays the role of victim well. All soft voice and okays and fines. He called pretending to care days after the catastrophe, when really I knew he wanted to fight about something I wrote again. He said, I begged you to stop. Guess he forgot how I, in the beginning, also begged him to be careful for how reckless I would be for him. I have the poem to prove it. Nobody listens to nobody. I am making art. I wonder what his excuse is for being cruel. And anyway, I don't owe him a timeline for how I heal and repair everything he broke. I said, remember how you said you genuinely don't think you could ever forgive me? For what? For something you did? You said that. Remember you said that. He said, obviously, I am past that. Well, I'm not. And guess what? You will recall how everything you want now was given freely to you. But you chose unkind and odious malevolence. I am past soft. You want better conversation? Then pay for premium service. The same way your girl subscribes to the premium version of you, without the attitude. She gets the yes man, whipping boy. You want the kind poet who only writes you love poems? Pay for it. All bloodied knees and apologies, ripe wounds all down your back, tears and gold and poison berries, all color and gorgeous and prayer. I will never forgive you. I don't see a lifetime where I forgive you, not even a future, entire lifetimes, other universes, in every single one of them, you will pay for every ticking sin, while you will recall how I once said in tenderness to never forget that for a moment, a sliver of time, you were all I ever wanted. Thank you.
Woo! Thank you, Danabelle. Thank you for walking for us. All right, before the musicians, one more poet. Mr. Jared, could we have you on stage, please?
Hello, hi. Hello. Oh, the lights are so bright. I can see no one. This is good. This is great. Okay, so this one is. Please make sure that Danya doesn't see this because she will kill me. Okay, so the title is "My Body Remembers Butina as Jadaf." It's Maxalom to Eunice, so it was me addressing her. I am suffering. A past tense needs time to rhyme with dead. All the singing, housing melodies break into a face. The future is a space yet to house me. However, I remember it clearly. Morning. A sob undulating the day. Curtains, a trigger pulled, bullet phasing through the light's body. Touch. A sensation, foreign each and every time a mouth leaves hickeys to forget speech, reckoning against fingers. I carry these scars, faces hickey on my body, recalling the future grief I am housing now. Look. Here, a melody suspended in the breaking, the tongue of this room is reprimanding, the careless fostering of hunger at my hands. It is no longer just hands, it is God's retribution, because I lie with my lover. Make of it what you must. My body remembers, so I have everything to lose. At the eye of a needle, threading through a city, stitched at the face of my beloved, a room always requires furniture, so let there be light. It requires a vision, so here, imagine it needs us, I swear, so here we are, or will be, as promised. We must reach a house or a home. It is never the same without you. It rhymes too early like the dawn. The dusk has no choice how it appears to us. There must be room for mistakes. Mistake is at the center of a room and he is singing with a boy that left him a hickey at the throat. It is a bruise. It wears itself like one. Seduction leaves bruises behind. Ask the black keys on a grand piano. Why leave me craving to be reached at the core? Look, through the windows, a city is singing behind me. It is the echo, beginning to ask itself why he is an echo. He is learning about having hands and ended up in mine. My body needs time to rhyme with death, but my name already does. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Do we want musicians to gather now? Do we want the night to end? All right. Okay, so we have 3 mics. Whoever wants to join in, just do your thing and show us your magic. All right? Guys, I want to say thank you so much for being an amazing audience as well tonight. Thank you for being here. If you've enjoyed any of the performances, if you want to tag them, you can follow us at Elf Dubai and see that we've tagged all the performers for tonight. So do acknowledge them. Thank you so much once again. Let's see what our musicians are going to do.
Clap your hands, everybody. We get the musicians going. Come on, clap your hands, everybody. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. Back to me. No, I won't be afraid, no, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. Come on, everybody. And darling, darling, stand by me. Whoa, whoa, stand by me. Whoa, stand by me. Stand by me. Namal, come on, you know you want to. When the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall,
and the mountain should crumble to the sea,
I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear.
just as long as you stand by me.
And darling, darling, stand by me. Whoa, stand by me. Whoa, stand by me. Stand by me.
Whenever you're in trouble, won't you stand by me?
Whoa, stand by me. Whoa, stand by me. Stand by me.
People in the crowd, come on. Amazing, beautiful.
I'm waiting for the backup, yeah? Seriously, you guys are horrible.
That's
When
so
you're
right.
in trouble, won't you stand by me, stand by me.
Thank you, everyone. Hope you enjoyed. I just want to say there were, amazingly, we had so many people sign up to perform for this particular community night. So I just want to say we do this monthly. And a lot of people I had to say on the waiting list, or we couldn't, include them in the performers list this month. But please continue signing up when we announce our events. It's been so lovely. I hope you all enjoyed. So keep following us and keep coming back. We love you. Thank you so much. Have a good evening. Take care. Bye.